One of the biggest box office hits in China these days is a funny movie about a woman, her daughter, and their neighbor in Shanghai. Called Her Story, it navigates the tripwires of modern parenting. Divorce, dating, and career. All real-life challenges often seen as sensitive here. It's pretty rare, says Zhong Tong, to see stories about single moms or just women's lives in general. That a comedy with strong feminist vibes is finding an audience here has people calling it China's version of Barbie, and shows how that conversation about women's rights and injustices is finding its way into the mainstream through humor. You see it on television variety shows and at comedy clubs in bigger cities. Women comics are now center stage. Nico Too Much has been performing for 8 years, delivering punchlines on everything from marriage to menstruation and depression.
When they can relate to what I say, their eyes just light up. And then they look at me with the little lights in their eyes. And then I would be like, okay, like this one I can put in my pocket and keep on going.
Women make up roughly half the population in China, yet there's not a single woman among the top leadership. Gender equality is enshrined in the Constitution, but the government has made no secret of a crackdown against feminist movements. A growing number of women, like Alex Wong, are being lured to an open mic to speak up. It's like comedy becomes a way to highlight social dynamics, she says. I want to grow not just as a comedian, but as a woman finding her voice in this space.
Why are people more drawn to comedy now than before?
I feel like the whole scene just slowly roll out in front of me. I don't know why, but I'm just happy that I'm here when it's happening. For Chinese audience, a lot of topics, it is like kind of like we are not sure if we can laugh at that.
There are limits to what comedians can joke about, like poking fun at the military or politics can mean trouble. Yang Li, a famous stand-up comic here, got dumped as a promoter for e-commerce giant JD.com for poking fun at men, after men, offended by her ribbing, flooded social media with complaints and accused her of provoking gender antagonism, how state media here characterizes feminist activism. I really like her, says Ah Hua. The value of the Yang Li incident is that people are discussing feminism regardless of gender. And so the other success of Her Story, with all its references to sexuality and empowerment, is that it made it past censors, even getting praise from the Communist Party's main newspaper, at a time when the government wants women to get married and boost the country's declining birth rate. Does it mean feminism is having a moment in China? Maybe. And women, at least, are laughing about it. Janice Mackey-Freer, NBC News, Beijing.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.